And we're joined now by Gina Hernandez, who is the new executive director of both PCA NJ and the Child Wellness Institute. Gina, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Jeremy, for being part of this event.
So Gina, a couple of years ago, I think we were down on the shore for the 40th anniversary gala of PCA NJ. And at that time, we were raising funds to launch the Child Wellness Institute 2 years in. And it's certainly been a period of time unlike any other in recent American history. How would you describe what you've been able to achieve in the first 2 years?
Well, Jeremy, it has been nothing short of incredible. It's been an amazing journey. And we started the Child Wellness Institute, ChildWIN, so we could reach more children and more families and more communities with our work. We didn't know that a pandemic was going to hit. So we had already created a lot of the services and programs that would be available for schools and for other nonprofits, for hospitals. And when it hit, people came to the Child Wellness Institute looking for resources, looking for ways to better support families and to better support children in this time. So we were really, really fortunate to be there, to be able to meet those needs. And we've reached thousands and thousands of people so far with the Child Wellness Institute. So it's been a really, really great start to this journey, and we're really excited about it.
In what ways have you been able to help those in need?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, we have a lot of different types of programs and services. And of course, anyone can check it out on childwin.org. But just to kind of give you a sense of what we've been doing, first and foremost, we've received a lot of interest from schools who have come to us and have said, this is a year like no other. What can we do to help children? So we have workshops for children. We have workshops to help children understand how their brains work and how their feelings are valid, and to help these children feel more resilient, to build on those strengths that they already have, but to help them kind of get through this really tough time, just now and for the future. We've also done a lot of parent workshops. Parents were kind of at a loss, right? What do we do to help support our kids during this time? And we were able to share with parents resources and actual things they can do at home to help build their children's strengths and their own strengths as parents as well. And then we were in a lot of schools this year, a lot of schools working with the teachers, working with the staff on how to support the families, the children, and honestly themselves as we went through one of the toughest times that we've had to go through. So we've done a lot of professional development, a lot of skill building, and really just a lot of resilient building across everyone that we've been able to touch the past few years. So that's in a nutshell some of the things that we've been offering.
Gina, the last year during the pandemic, everybody's been talking about child wellness, perhaps in a way that we didn't talk about it before, and how not being in school in person has a detrimental effect on kids, on the social isolation, on the illness and the anxiety caused by the pandemic. Can you talk about the challenges that have been addressed, that you guys have been dealing with at ChildWIN?
Absolutely. So one of the things that was the most common question was, how do we still manage to engage children in learning when they are sort of in survival at this moment, and they're kind of stuck in their houses, and all the things we would have done in school, what do we do differently? How can we do that? And that's part of what we developed and brought to the different schools, right? Was, how do you still do something like this, right, on a virtual platform, but still let kids know that you're heard, that you're important, you're valued, and you're connected. You're still part of something. So we really promoted the connections, how important having those connections are to children, to feel part of something, to log on to the Zoom, the Skype, the Google Meet, whatever you had to log on to, but still get a warm welcome from your class, from your teachers, to still feel like you're part of a community. And whether it was in person or not, you still felt that sense that you belonged somewhere. And so we always started our kind of trainings with that, and our education with that, and making sure that people feel are still connected. Like you said, the isolation issue is real. It's real. When you're sitting in your bedroom doing a class, it's not the same as having somebody right next to you, right? But we created kind of different, more unique ways for schools and for educators to be able to have kids online, but still have fun, right? Still have joy, still have laughter, and still feel connected to their community.
I think everybody wants to know, Gina, how have the kids of New Jersey managed through this crisis?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. It's a crisis. And, it remains to be seen what the longer effects might be, right? Because we're still, relatively in it right now. I'd say that some children really struggled to the point where they needed additional supports. They might have needed some mental health services. They might have needed that extra assistance. And for other kids, they were able to tap into their inner strengths through some of our programming as well to say, I can get through this, right? It just looks a little different. And a lot of kids have been adaptable. I mean, they really have tried hard to adapt. And I want to give credit too to the parents, to all of the parents who have had to literally change how we do things, right? And while dealing with their own experience of the pandemic, still trying to be the best parent you can be for your children as they go through this. So it's kind of been a mix, I think, depending on a different number of factors. Definitely tough, I think, all around. And we at ChildWIN were just so fortunate and thankful to be part of so many lives to be able to help over the past year or so.
I think especially now people are wondering how they can help. And of course, the audience right now wants to know in terms of supporting child wellness, what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest ways that you can support is, check out our website, childwin.org, right? Make a donation knowing that your funds are literally investing. You are investing in the future of our children. We would love to offer additional services and be able to expand the types of offerings that we have. And your donation can do just that. Just like it was the donors who launched the Child Wellness Institute several years ago, right? It was the people who came to the table to say, we do want to invest in our children, because investing in our children is, in essence, investing in our future.
Of course, the work's never been more important. Gina, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll hear from you again later in the program.
Thanks so much, Jeremy, and thanks for all of your support through the years.